a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are, and like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas, and we have wonderful guests, and we have a special treat today, someone who's been on here before. And we have Drake Bailey, of course. Hi, Drake.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. And we have Paul, who used to be with us in the past. Hi, Paul. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? I'm happy to be here.
It's fun. We get a lot of audience participation usually, and we ask questions, and then we take it from there. So
Cool. Great intro, by the way. Love that song.
I love the horses because the Palomino horse looks just like a horse I used to have, and she looks right at the crowd. I love it.
I got a little bit of interesting info that I picked
go for it.
off the mainstream media, no less, about Mr. Trump and his legal team.
All
I
right,
thought it was pretty interesting.
please tell us.
Well, I understand that Wednesday or Thursday, one of the indictments gets tested as to its legal prolification and whether or not it's even an indictment, among other things. As I understand it, there's not going to be too much trouble with that one at all. I don't know if it's the same one I read, but I read one of them long-winded indictments, and the only problem with it was it didn't have no charges in it. You know, like you charge up a battery, you want to. Anyway, they got dead batteries, and it's going to be interesting to see what Trump does to them. He has said unofficially and off the cuff and on the QT that he was going to squish them like cockroaches. So this ought to be real interesting to see what happens to their legal licenses and ability to be prosecutors and all that.
Cool.
That's supposed to take place Thursday, by the way.
Oh, this Thursday?
Yeah. So this week's going to be, have some fun. And then I understood that the decision by the House as to impeachment processes with I'm trying to be nice. I really am. I keep getting these words in the way. I'm trying to be nice to Biden. And that's difficult for me. So,
yeah, why? Good question.
Anyway,
he's only destroying America, but hey.
Well, Bozo is, as I understand, is going to have some trouble with the inquiry because the inquiry allows a lot greater latitude than just an indictment on its own. And we'll have to wait and see. This will be a really busy week, I hope, just to give you all something to, chew on.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about stuff happening this week. Mm-hmm. And where they're going with that, I'm not exactly sure because, there's anywhere from EBS to, I think the solar flashes kind of died off at this point. At least that's what I heard last. And then we have impeachment proceedings with Biden, is my understanding. Where's that? You heard anything on that, Drake?
It's not the impeachment proceedings. It's an inquiry. Now, the difference between an inquiry
That's not as
is
good.
it's like an indictment. There's 2 or 3 levels to an indictment. An indictment inquiry is whether or not there was crimes committed, as an example. Impeachment inquiry covers some of the same sort of things, and the fun is about to, as I get it, hit the fan.
Well, that would be nice.
And that's supposed to happen this week as well. So that may be tomorrow, I think. They're going to take a vote to see whether or not they want to do it. And I think they're going to want to check it out because they have. Here's the deal. There's intel people that are on our side. And by that, I mean they do work that the most of the bad guys can't. So the intel people have found the numbered bank accounts. They found them. Not only that, but you get the numbers too. Okay. Number 2, they found out who owns them or runs the numbered account. And number 3, then this is a juicy one. How much is in there? Ooh. So it's going to get to be fun if everything starts happening like it's supposed to.
Well, it's about time.
But yeah, they've only taken 3-4 years.
Yeah,
Figure out
people are
what-
getting
Oh,
very, very impatient at this point in time.
When you
Drake,
have two-
we've been talking about this for over a decade.
well, when you got
Yeah,
first,
rem-
you got 4 shooters. You're still figuring out which ones to tie together to make a bow.
4 to make.
You ever tie somebody's
Honestly,
strings
Drake, you
together?
make my head hurt. 4 strings do not a bow make. Only 2 are required for a
Yeah.
bow.
There's
What
only
is
2
this?
sets. What?
Julia XOXO says, I heard it's still incoming, which is truth.
Yeah.
I think she's
Yeah,
talking
and
about the
it
solar flash.
You're talking about, yeah, she is. She must be. I
And
assume.
what's happening is that the whole thing's growing like a big cancer and eating up the Democrats, and they're all squawking, "Oh my God!"
Okay.
Okay. I think she was referring to the solar flash.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
There's a
guess that
who?
might make some bad people disappear.
Well, I would guess that the solar flash is still coming purely by virtue of the fact that they've been tearing the ozone layer and the ionosphere apart by cooking the atmosphere and cooking the oceans. I mean, what was the water off the Florida Keys, like 103 or 104 degrees? We're talking ocean water is that hot. And if you go to windy.com, check this out. Go to windy.com and you can turn on the fire tracker, also the pressures and the wind. And just look at all of the super tight vortexes that are going on, like off the coast of Mexico. We've got an El Nino.
Yes, I
Is
looked at a
that-
picture of showing there's fires going on all over the entire planet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can track them in real time on windy.com.
Well,
But you can-
you've heard of a meat smoker. Now you know what was going on with us. They can't wipe us out and make us run, so they're going to smoke us to death.
Right. Well, anybody that's been outside for any appreciable period of time, the sun, even like on pseudo overcast days, is really, really hot. You don't have to be out there for very long before you actually feel it burning your skin. So I'm thinking what's going on is they're breaking down the protective layer of the atmosphere. So when a CME occurs, it's catastrophic and not just bouncing off the atmosphere. I don't think we've seen the last of the solar activity yet.
No.
Oh,
just-
Well, according to this comment right here by Mary Jane, the biggest CME is supposed to take place in September per Ishmael Perez. Not sure if it's the main one. So maybe that's everybody keeps talking about 9/23. Do you know anything about that date, Drake? I've heard it from
No.
several people. I don't, they make it
Not off
sound
the
like
top of my
something.
head. I could probably stick it in my head sometime or another while we proceed with the show.
Well, isn't aren't some theological societies, don't they say that Christ was actually born on 9/23? It would make absolute perfect sense that they would do like
Something like
a
that, if that's true. Yes.
yeah, it would make absolute perfect sense that they would do a mass um, sacrifice is what that would work out to be on that day. I'm, I'm just
I
saying.
hadn't
Oh,
heard that being a birthday uh, for Christ at this stage of the game, but you apparently you have, right?
Well, it has to do with like the harvest, and if you actually look at
Oh,
the
the harvest.
stories in
Yeah,
in the Bible as to what period of time that it likely would have occurred, it would have been around the end of September.
well, I
So
just got word from my harmonics. They say they will not comply.
there we go.
yeah.
Ooh.
We are
Now,
not amused, and we will not comply.
well, what I'm thinking is that it could be that the
Say hi, Kitty.
oh, there's a
Hi,
cat.
Pootie.
The
Say hi,
harmonics
Pootie.
might be
It's
working
Patriot
against
Pootie.
DT.
Hi, kitty cat.
No,
Hi,
Okay.
pretty cat.
That's
So,
Patriot Pootie.
someone wide awake is telling us that a powerful CME next month is expected and possibly knock out our grid for a short period of time. Ring of Fire is happening.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ring of Fire is perpetual. Ring of Fire is the volcanic circle around the Pacific Ocean. The fractured part, which is Central America, is I'm supposed to be there, but
I heard, okay, I'll read it off. I heard it's supposed to not be in November, but today it's supposed to gradually be happening. Now, who knows? I was going to just read it after you finished what you were saying there, Drake. So just finish your thought when you're talking. If I put something up, I'll read it when you're done talking. Okay.
oh boy, Melody Die has a good one.
Oh boy, where's that one? Oh, there it is.
Does anyone think on 9/11
Okay.
something will happen? I was thinking something was going to happen on 9/11. I was supposed to pick up my moving truck on that day, and then I thought better of it. I'm going, no, I don't think I want to start
wanna
my journey moving to the middle of the country on 9/11. I'm going to wait until 9/12.
Yeah.
So I pushed it off another day.
Might not be a bad
I still,
idea.
I still got a quart of moonshine waiting on me if I really need it. So I'm ready.
Yeah,
Of course,
there you go.
I might shoot. I might be doing some really funny shooting if that happened, but you
Yeah.
never know. Hey, Paul, your light went out.
I know my plant light went out. Give me just a moment. I'll be back. Sorry about that.
It happens.
Comet Elenin back in 2011 was supposed to be a big deal, was it? What was it? Do you know anything about that, Drake?
Not really.
I don't
It just
either.
was, and then it went on about its business. You have a lot of stuff coming through now. I have not heard from Sunfire, and last I heard
Right there.
was from a friend of hers, and she is in mental protective custody of her family. So she's being worked on, she's being seen to, and taken care of. Okay.
All righty then.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about how or why all these fires have been started? Shall we talk about that a little bit?
I already covered that. They can't kill us. They can't they run us out. So, the only thing that they can do is smoke us like you would a
Oh
piece
yeah,
of meat
we did
on
say
a
that.
smoker. They want to smoke us to death. Canada's been trying that for a while, and it ain't worked real good, but that's Canada, and Trudeau doesn't usually get things right anyway. So
So
I'm
it's not just a land reappropriation plot. It's more of a plot to kill
Anything,
us. Is that what you're saying?
anything you can think of that is negative to we the people has a part in that.
Gee.
they
Uh-huh.
never
So,
do anything. They never do
yeah,
anything with just a single purpose. They're pushing everybody to the 15-minute cities. They're making the rural areas of the country unlivable. I believe that these fires are also delivering chemical payloads to the atmosphere in the form of smoke.
yeah.
They just don't. They just don't smell like normal fires. So I think that
Well,
there's
they don't look
many,
like normal
many reasons.
fires either in the patterns in which they form. I've
Oh
looked at
no.
that too, and it makes no sense at all. Someone else just said, Nicole says that I heard that 920 thief. She heard that 920 thief.
What's this
I
now?
can't say it, 923 theory. Try to say that fast. Anyway, and then also, and I'm going to bring it back in a minute. Maui is the heart chakra of the world.
It's one of them. There are several chakras of the world.
Heart chakras. Drake, is the digital system a part of the quantum system?
Yes, and I'm not going to get into explaining that. There are websites. Weber has one that's really good that explains it all, and it shows the correlation how they fit together. Okay.
Okay. You
Now,
mentioned
wait a minute. I got one thing I want to add. Digital systems is a problem, and the reason it's a problem is because they want to turn the federal government into a digital system control mechanism, and it ain't going to happen. Why? Because the quantum system supersedes that.
hmm.
Hmm.
When is all of this going to turn over? Do you have any idea?
All turn over? You mean change over?
Yeah.
Um,
I think
it should happen anytime between now and the 12th of November.
okay. Someone's asking, Maui is a big portal and it was shut down by the World Economic Forum.
Uh-huh.
You agree with that?
The only trouble was that they were not successful in shutting it down, and the problem is that the the portal's been weaponized. Oh, you'll love this, and it's sucking up bad guys, and where they're ending up, nobody knows. It's
Oh, like
appropriate.
they're getting portaled off to another
Yeah, yeah. You know, I don't know if
hopefully
they're going to
prison
a
planet.
prison planet or you know. Watch out, Paul. They might send them up to visit you.
Me? No, thank you.
I'd be deliriously happy if they just put the politicians and stuff in Maui on a boat and set it adrift.
With holes in it.
Marines are getting them. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they are getting them. They were getting those FEMA employees who were on the other island, the main island, while Maui was burning, and they were boozing it up in $1,000 to $4,000 a night hotels.
Who? Marines?
FEMA. No,
Oh,
FEMA.
FEMA. Yeah, I knew
No,
about
the
that.
Marines came and actually took care of some of those FEMA agents that were there and were
Yeah,
blocking roads and killing some of the people.
they throw them out in the streets. What they did.
Did you see that video?
They are
I think it was on YouTube. There was a video where a guy went. There was like a circular field or something, or a round parking lot or whatever, and there were houses all the way around that parking lot, and it was like this grassy area with a parking lot in it, and there were two cars in that field. Okay. And they were melted. The rear end of them was melted, and the front end of them looked pretty much okay. All right. But the back end of the car was melted, and the aluminum wheels were actually molten and made puddles under the cars. Now, the problem is the cars were surrounded by grass that was not burned. And he panned the camera around in a circle, and none of the houses were burned all the way around. The only thing that was burned was grass in the middle and the back ends of those cars, to the point where the alloy wheels were melted. And guess what happened as soon as that video went out? They cordoned off the area, they locked it down, and now they won't let anyone near it.
Get your telephoto lens and get pictures.
They won't let anybody near it right now.
They won't let anybody anywhere near it.
You can get pictures with the new telephoto lenses at a distance of 2-3 miles.
This was on Real Raw News today. And these were pushers of the program. So we can't elaborate on that because we're on YouTube. But
Right.
what happened to Cobra and the Light folks? Did anything happen January 2014?
It's old news, that is, but Cobra and the Light folks are busy and are not to be disturbed, okay? That's what's going on. When we can disturb them and bother them again, we will, believe me.
Nancy is making the comment, Drake, it's now obvious the fires were on purpose. Why are the police chief and governor still there?
Because the people haven't hung them yet. I'm
That's
serious. They're gonna.
I hope that.
I'm going to tell everybody and their mother-in-law, look at the Weimar Republic. That's where all the currency went to a point where you wanted a loaf of bread, fill up a wheelbarrow with cash, and go down to the store. Okay, they got so pissed about that they decorated that whole friggin' town with on anything that would hold a body with the people who were supposed to be in charge, politicians, policemen, etc. Now, the reason the police chief and governor are still there is because they are leftists. That's the reason. No other reason. Okay? I think they ought to let the Marines hang them, but that's just me.
I guess those cars were not blue. I saw a video that I can share with you. When a beam comes down on the color blue, because it's basically a blue is in the beam, it doesn't do anything. But if it hits any other color, it makes a burn mark. Somebody actually took one of those things and had all the different colors, and when it would get to the blue, it would just nothing would happen. And then and that's what happened in Maui, actually.
Yep. You want the red pill or the blue pill?
None of this is going on anywhere. It's all a conspiracy theory. It's imaginary things in your mind that ain't supposed to be there and all that stuff. You know, it's like Mother Earth farts, makes swamp gas, and we make it into a UFO. That's how that works.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that that Maui was not hit with DEW weapons? Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't say that. They
confused then.
Weapons. Disruptors, to be specific, because disruptors are the ones that make the jagged edges that you see in the form of the ash piles. A regular beam weapon doesn't do that. It makes nice, neat piles.
Well, it sure was specific because it went one house, another house, another house, another house, and if it had a blue roof, it didn't do anything. Amazing.
Well.
So if that's the case, then the same principle would have to apply to the disruptor, correct? In terms of what kind of a beam it puts out.
It's a disruptor is different than a phaser. Phaser is what was used the first time. Just like on Star Trek, phaser.
I think. Okay. I don't know what happened to Paul. We lost him.
I guess. His cat probably stepped on him.
Okay, what should come to Earth for what the two ships hold the Earth and it's not a solar flash? Because it should shake the Earth and stop the Earth's rotation for 3 days on equinox.
No, you're not going to. You just stop the Earth's rotation and you kill everybody. It's pretty simple, and that's as far as the physicists who are in a position to control such things are concerned. That ain't happening. Pretty simple.
What's this guy? I saw the Maui real estate guy taking blue T-shirts out of a house foundation burned to ashes. The blue T-shirts were dirty, but were not burned. Very interesting.
Ooh.
So the beam must have some kind of beam with blue in it somehow. Oh, Melody Dye said she saw that too. Thing. So she's verifying what I said. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a good one. That was pretty interesting. That the Maui police chief is also the coroner.
That's illegal, just like that says. You can only hold one of those positions, and both of them, no.
Boy, how convenient wouldn't that be? Convenient.
Well, the inconvenience is going to be when people snatch it up and hang it like a Christmas decoration from a palm tree.
Yeah. So, is the Ashtar command coming soon?
Yes.
What's that mean?
You're going to be amazed because they're going to pop out from everywhere. There's a whole bunch of them already here on the surface. They're on the planet as such. There's a whole bunch of them up in the sky, and there's a whole bunch of them on the way. And so they're sort of like Santa Claus. He's everywhere, you know. Huh?
Who are they? Who is Ashtar command?
Well, you can look them up.
Well, I used to know who they are, but I haven't heard anything about them recently. So what you're saying kind of surprises me.
Well, they're a consortium of races, and all for the betterment of mankind, basically.
Are they
beneficial
extraterrestrials? Were they? So
oh yeah, they're ETs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Nancy wants to know: are they the good guys?
They're good guys.
Are we sure about that?
Yes, I am. I've dealt with Ashtar Command for a while. I told him he was full of, I told Ashtar he's full of shit and a few other things, and got their attention. And then I got to have a conversation finally.
But you're saying they're good guys?
Yeah. You
sure? Okay.
They're gonna help.
I heard they were. Yeah. Peg Henry says, I'm going to come back to that question. Or that I heard they are bad. I heard that too. It's you know what, everything that always happens is a I know. I'm sorry. I don't believe anything anymore. I know. That's about what it boils down to. It's like, well, all you can think of it is possibilities, you know.
I just said the heck with it and started drinking again.
No, that's not good advice. Can you repeat everything you said? I wasn't paying attention. I don't think so.
Oh, listen to this. Can you repeat everything you've said? I wasn't paying attention. You'll wake up. New England dirt roadie.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
No.
Okay. Oh, but I heard a bleep. That means what happened to you?
That means there's a call bleeping in.
Yeah, that's me. I had my browser completely lock up.
Really?
Nothing else went down. Just my browser locked up.
Huh.
Interesting. Imagine what we're talking about.
Was it very painful when it did that?
Oh no! It hurt. I think I stubbed my toe on the desk when I got mad and kicked it. But for the time being, I think I will leave my camera off just to save bandwidth.
Right then.
You need to read that one.
Is there any good news coming down the pike?
Yeah. I I don't know if you're familiar with emergency programs when a hurricane's ready to hit Florida, but they got one that reverses the flow of traffic where it all flows except for one lane in the same direction, away from the storm, of course. Now, what's neat about that is that uh, we've got a whole bunch of good news uh, similarly coming down the road. And you're going to have to be patient and wait until it starts hitting the fan. And that should be this week. Okay.
Good. People need to see something. They really do.
Well, I can give good news, but it's not been validated yet. And that's why I don't give it out.
Okay. It's something that may happen relatively soon, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of things that are going to have relatively, that is going to happen in the relatively near future. In other words, our futures are going to be cemented in the cosmos. Ah, you'll be able to read about it in the stars if you can read that.
Let's see. Somebody says, this energy that comes to the earth, will it hit us? Is it someone's consciousness?
Yeah, it's more like the creator's consciousness. Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, that sounds very interesting. Yeah.
Oh boy, look at this.
Will AI be here to stay whether we like it or not?
Not not in the form it is in its present condition. No, it's going to be curtailed considerably and under a lot of control, so that it can't run off with everything.
Well, I got a question for you, Drake. I heard that, not only are we going to have a switch over with the financial system, there's going to be a switch over with the internet system.
Oh yeah.
Is that coming anytime soon, or will that happen simultaneously, or
you'll know it when it hits, because everything will turn off, and we'll be off for about anywhere from three hours to a full day, 24 hours, and then to come back
a day
on.
off.
Huh?
A day off. Cool.
Yeah, a day off. The interesting part about what is to take place or happen is the transition involved in changing from one form to another. Now, my computer is rather up to date, so I may not have to have too much of it rewired, but I do have a person that knows about what I'm talking about, and that person is already working on a motherboard for me.
Okay. Well, we have a friend from Aussie Sue from Australia saying hi to us.
From
Hi, Sue.
Howdy, howdy.
I got a friend in Australia. He's cool.
Let's see, what am I don't know. I suppose there's some things I want to talk about, but I don't think we can talk about it without causing problems.
Without causing what?
YouTube problems.
Censorship-based hiccups.
Yes, we're supposed to be able to be free and speak freely, but we can't.
That's due to change at the same time that the computer systems change over. Think about that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Won't that be great? Oh, somebody's got it here. Does ET talk about us? Do they want the contact as much as we do?
Yes. And they think that we're just as ugly as we think they are. So
But not all of them are ugly.
Laugh out of it. What?
Some of them look like us, don't they?
Some of them do. Some of them are just as ugly as you can imagine. You've seen the horror movies, but
No.
yeah, the contact. They talk about us and talk about our reasoning capability, perception, what we're looking to do, and what direction we would like to go in. And then they're trying to put it all together in such a way that they can talk to us about how to get there. See, they've done this a lot of times before, so they know how to do it.
Okay.
Uh huh. I hope
Let's
it's okay.
try this question here. Drake, will the dark spirited lingering ghost be gone?
Yes, it'll self destruct. That's going to be one of the flashes in the sky.
Here is another one. Josine asking your estimate on how long until government shutdown.
This year.
Government's shutdown.
This year.
Okay.
This year. And I ain't telling you where I'm getting that info from either.
Are we talking
Okay.
about a dark spirited lingering ghost? Are we? Are we talking about a dark spirit or a dark spirited lingering ghost?
Like what exactly does that mean? I guess is
They'd like to think so.
Pardon?
Do you find real raw news legit? Except that it's intelligence. Other than that, it's as legit as it wants to be.
What's your opinion on that, Paul? Have you seen that? Are you familiar with that one?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
Real raw news.
Real raw news. Okay,
Yeah.
I really want them to be legit because they do story after story after story that gives me hope that the narrative that we have all been exposed to over the last decade is actually coming true. But then you look at all of the other indicators and you just have to wonder, how can this possibly be true? But I think, seeing as we're vibrational beings and we're able to manifest our own future and our own
Reality.
universe, if we jump fully on board with the real raw newses of the internet, maybe we can make a difference. Maybe the problem that we're dealing with is all of the disinformation and all of the dark stuff that's out there. So I choose to think positively.
Yeah, and I would say that what I get out of real raw news is very positive because certain things that we would want to be dealt with are being dealt with.
Yeah.
Yeah, according to them, though.
Yeah.
But then you have to have corroborating evidence.
That you're throwing, I think that corroborating evidence, that's not going to come until it all comes at once, till they're doing the disclosure thing.
Well, I think they better get on with the disclosure a little bit more at a time, because some of these people's heads are going to explode. I mean, all the sheep that hang out in front of their TV at night, they are not going to do well with this.
Well, what's really funny is
They'll get over it.
What happens when certain people start executing certain bad guys. Oops.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm looking forward to
I don't know. I've experienced personal
a couple of
heartbreak.
politicians that need shot, Oh.
I hear there's a possibility that New York City is headed for a planned disaster. Any comment?
Yeah, they're
Taking out Wall Street.
They're trying to keep the underground mines from flooding out, because if it does, then it'll create a wave. It'll create the bottoming of the wave, and all the water from the Atlantic will try to rush in. If that ain't a mess, I don't know what else you're going to do that would screw up parking any worse.
Wiping out Wall Street can't be too bad a thing.
That's true. But that'd be, if you think about it, there could be a whole lot of nice things come about if you got these things synchronized in such a manner that all of the funkies got washed off into the ocean. Give the shark something to eat.
I think you should have.
Julia,
I think you should have stuck with mashing. I think we can call that a Drakeism, manner and fashion. You know, it's it's a mashing.
I think Julia is correct about this. I really don't think Mike Baxter would be allowed to refer to military generals in name and so on as in a false light. That would get him in a lot of trouble, I'm sure. So I think there's a lot of legitimacy to Real Raw News. That's my opinion. So anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know a brown or orange looking being?
Yeah. That's me when I've been digging in the garden too much around here.
Oh, here's somebody else saying that regarding New York, I heard an attack by a submarine.
Well, now what I just said about the subterranean mines, those mines are go very deep. Okay, a submarine could hit one of the doors easily and get away before anybody knew what happened.
Wow.
And those underground facilities are connected to other underground facilities all the way across the country. They could literally flood the entire system.
Exactly. And the Dems are scared to death. Why? Because ET said they're gonna do things to them if they didn't take care of business, and they don't know what to do. It's funny to watch them run around like chickens with no head.
Ooh, this is interesting little comment here.
I've actually been in the underground tunnels, and the underground. They have essentially an underground city with just loading docks and offices and companies as far as the eye can see, and it's all underground. It's down in Missouri. Yeah, it's down in Missouri. They've got every kind of company and every kind of warehouse known to man down there. They've got communication. They've got food. They've got.
Well, we get the national subterranean tunnel system that they use for transportation all over the world. So, but they'll start with this, trying to see if they can destroy the U.S., which won't happen, and then they go from there.
They're working on it, though. That's for sure. Josine has a comment. Says, Middle East is rumbling. The info I heard is that the amphetamine that is shipped over the border of Iraq is tainted with Femtu tech. Tech. I know. What is Femtu tech?
It's a whole lot worse than that funny little chemical they've been putting out to subjugate the United States. It's a whole lot more powerful than that. In other words, instead of a small amount, 1 grain will juice up 500 gallons of water to the point where if you drink it, that sort of thing.
Wow. Somebody's asking, we can never give you dates because it's always a problem. Virginia is saying, good evening, all. Any truth that the RV will happen before August is ended?
That's possible. It's possible anytime from now until. The problem is that you can't say definitively that this is this, that's that, and this will happen at X time, because the reason you can't is that if you do, they will change the date and make you look like a friggin' idiot.
Yeah, and that's by design. That's by design. Whenever they have something planned and it's planned for a certain date, when it leaks out, it spreads like wildfire. They change the date, and everybody that spread it looked like an idiot. It's by design.
Yes. They do that a lot. What is your latest information on BRICS, Drake? Anything new?
Yeah, they're having troubles getting it all together and keeping it that way, and that's stopping the process of um, accomplishing what they're after. Okay.
Okay.
There's like 4 or 5 countries that were added or that were brought into BRICS, and there's like another 115 or 120 globally that are trying to get in.
Yeah.
So
You just got to
It
wait and
says
see.
here,
yeah,
I have a little-
it's a wait and see.
I have a little bit of information here that says a BRICS member, India, ditches the US dollar, purchases looks like 1 trillion, got 3 sets of zeros, or is that 1 billion? I don't know. Barrels of oil with rupees for the first time ever.
Yeah, that's possible. That'd just about wipe out the number of rupees they got on hand, but other than that, it wouldn't be too bad.
Okay. Oh, femtotech is a term like nanotech. Oh, yeah, I thought it was something different. Thank you for that, New England dirt roadie. I didn't know there was a different. I thought it was something new and different, or different from nanotech. So
The thing is, it's a combination, okay,
mhm.
and that's why it's hard to, I don't know, decipher. What's that?
So, oh wow. So not only does it have tech in it, so to speak, it also has a very, very potentially easily a lethal dose. Of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Wow.
1 grain is equal to several grams of fentanyl.
Wow.
Nice stuff, huh?
And is that coming over here to try to kill people? Is that,
No, they're having trouble managing it where it's at. They're not going to try to spread it anywhere.
good. Okay. Why did the military send our guys to China this week? Ooh, I didn't know that.
Well, why do you think? Why would you do that?
Where in China?
That's a question. Yeah, well, not just that, but just into China in general. Think about it. Why would they do that? Okay, either they're providing a food source, which is probable, or they have found something that their military technology can't handle, and they want some of the best, so they called us. Think about it. Uh-oh.
Oh, this is the ETL. The military could be mind controlled with it by China. It was a warning from Kim Guggen.
Well, my goodness. Aren't we all mind controlled? Isn't it?
Yeah, actually we are.
Gotcha. Huh? Woo. Do you buy anything from a store? Oh boy. So it just goes on and on. Oh boy, here we are.
I recently heard they were going to set off a devastating frequency. All I know something about a set of a pulse of frequencies that will affect a lot of people that went along with the program, which I can't talk about.
Okay.
So, and not in a good way.
Okay.
So anyway, moving right along on that thought. So that could be the devastating frequencies that you're talking about, even though they can do so much with frequencies, it's downright scary. They know.
My guess would be that the next CV thing is going to be frequency based.
Yeah, well, they can create all the symptoms with a frequency.
Yeah.
Yes, they can, and they did.
And they have, and they continue to do so.
And now they've perfected their plan.
And they totally hoodwink everybody about it. No, most people don't even have a clue that there's frequency related disorders, shall we say, that
You mean
mimic
you mean to
much
tell
of
me
what's been
that,
happening.
you mean to tell me that if you go to Mickey D's, you'll ever get a some kind of a frequency burger? Ew.
Yeah,
Don't
Yeah.
sound right somehow.
and it bites back.
Oh boy.
Well, okay, these guys have their fingers into so many things. They have their fingers into the frequencies. They also have um, uh, their uh, their fingers into cyber warfare. They have fingers into psionic warfare. Uh, they're messing with. They're actually weaponizing the sun, so they're committing ultraviolet warfare, and that's not including poisoning the food, the water, the air.
You name it.
These guys, these guys have got a toolkit like no tomorrow, and we're just trying to survive it. You know,
Ah,
Yes.
what do we do?
you want to really be nasty to one of our enemies? Let's pick China. They're nice and big and fat. Let's drop Kamala Harris in the middle of it and see what they do about that.
Let's see. I heard it from military families, guys, haven't been sent out of U.S. since Afghanistan days.
Yep.
Okay.
Polly underneath that's got a good one.
That Joe Blow. Did I miss one? Well, here's one from Joe Blow.
No.
Auto manufacturers use frequency to cancel out outside noise.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Polly has got one at 1950.
Um,
Have
Just
the arrests
underneath,
already started?
that
Is
one?
that the one? Is that the one
I
you're
had
talking
that one
about?
up already, but
There we go.
oh,
Yes, they have.
okay. I guess you didn't see it because I thought I put that up already, unless I'm hallucinating. But anyway, they have
boy.
started, so that's a good thing.
Are all the bad ETs gone from our planet? Oh, really?
That's the question. Are they? Are all the bad ETs gone from our planet?
No, they haven't got them all yet. There's still a few in some side tunnels that are hooked to the big tunnels that we haven't cleaned out yet. Okay.
Okay. Well, here's another one. Are some of the refugees actually military
Yes,
people? Okay.
I know they are. I've talked to. I know people who've talked to them. Okay.
Do the higher ups keep track of human miracles, and what are miracles? Is the
Oh
question.
boy. Yes, they do. They'd like to. They get most of it. What are miracles? Well, my, that's something that's beyond the ability of us to realize that some things are beyond our ability to even dream of or talk about or put on a show like this one. And the ideology is very simple. They want to keep it that way. They don't want everybody to know what it is. Don't need to. What you need to do is just exercise the hell out of it.
There's a book, Michelle Marie Angel, who I have on my shows as well, actually does a show, talked about a book called The Physics of Miracles, I believe it was the name of it. So that might be
Okay.
something that somebody might want to look into, because, or it's either that or the physics of manifestation. Anyway, the two are related, and it just explains why it happens and how it happens. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. These people that ask these questions would like to have the answers, but they haven't thought through the process to get to the point where you get the answers, and consequently they fall short of what they want to get. What are miracles? Well, Miracles are the things that happen, okay, that are beyond human understanding and capability of understanding, as well as any technology we might have, including medicines, etc. You think frequencies are something? You should have a light being touch you. Ooh, talk about some frequencies. Ah, makes a big old zap noise too when they touch you. Um, but it's the nice part about it is that it is all um, beneficial. Okay.
Hey guys, did you hear about the song Richmond, North Richmond? Gives you the chills. I don't know if I've heard that one or not. I'll look it up now though.
Well, those are the bad guys trying to counter that country song somebody put up.
Okay. Do the higher ups keep track of human miracles? Oh,
You just
that's the
did
same
that.
one. Sorry. Yep. Thought it was a different one. Sorry. That happens. Check it out. I will. Oh, Paul's back. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Just
There
jumping
we
out of here
go.
again.
It shouldn't happen again. I changed my VPN to a different continent.
Ah. Well, you're in that New York area. They probably watch you rather closely. Who knows?
Well, I'm on 6 days a week at least for 2 hours. Plus, I connect multiple conference rooms together just so people can talk about this stuff all day long. So they hit me pretty hard. So
Oh, you're saying life's
I,
difficult?
Whoops.
I just keep switching. I just keep switching from one area
Oh,
to another, and I have multiple computers across the country doing it. So I'm never connecting networks from the same place all the time. So
I should do that, but I don't. Anyway, okay. Is the zap? Wait a minute. I put my thing up there and it covers it up. Is that zap when we touch something? The light beings touching us.
Um,
I'm gonna look
if
at the
you
shot.
if you touch a lightning being, you're going to have a zap that's going to sound like lightning, only it goes zap instead of a crash, crash, boom. Um, the neat part about it is that you then will be able to manifest all of the healings and changes that you need within your system, whatever that may be. And within a short period of time after you have been touched, you can touch somebody else who needs to be touched desperately and alleviate some of their problems. That's as
Hmm.
far as I'm going to go with that. I'm writing a
When's it?
book that explains the what a light being is, how to get there, and what to do with it after you got it. Okay,
Where are things at with the med beds? And that's my question.
they're coming.
Well, they've been saying that for a long time.
Well,
Um, is there some kind of
I give
event or
it,
something that has to happen first before they will?
well, we need to get our stuff to here together a lot better than what we have, and then go from there. Okay, and then you got the question in the chat that's on the screen right now.
Yeah. What's your advice for us?
Very simple. You have been told on numerous occasions how to raise your frequency. Start doing it seriously. Start doing it all the time. It is well, and I mean well, humongously beyond any kind of anything you have experienced before. When you start stepping into that and you catch up, now this is neat. I described focusing, and the little particle of light kept getting brighter and brighter. And as you focus on it, it continues to grow in brightness. Now, what's really neat is when you catch it and the whole thing goes bluey. Okay. Very similar to Lucy, the movie, when she went through some of the changes she went through. Okay.
I never saw that movie. There's a new movie out. I saw a trailer and I'm going, I didn't understand what it was. It's called The Creator. And it's got something to do with AI and other things, but I'm going to have to watch it again because I was interrupted and I didn't really catch what was going on.
Where did you see it?
It's on YouTube. It's out there.
The Creator is on YouTube.
It's a trailer. Yeah, they have a movie trailer for it. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will supply the answer to the question that's on the screen right now in short order. It'll take probably another week or thereabouts to get it finalized. Okay.
Are you talking about your device, or are you talking about?
What's it say on?
It says looking for free energy.
Well, ain't no such thing as free energy. That's the biggest gobbledygookus snot ball there is. The truth is that we learn how to tap into energy that's already there. Whether it's dark energy or what, doesn't seem to matter. But if there's enough of it, you can definitely charge the batteries.
Well, isn't that free then, though?
Well, no, nothing is free in terms of the definition of free. You have to understand that something has to happen to make it. Okay? Dark energy is produced by a action, reaction, etc. And that energy is what certain geniuses tapped into and used. Tesla used his to run a car up and down a highway. Let's see here. He took the high end of the stuff with him. He wouldn't leave it behind, and I don't blame him. I wouldn't trust the idiots that were playing games with him either. So he kept a lot of stuff secret. Now they'll tell you that they got his notes and they got this and they got that, and guess what? They didn't.
They didn't get it all.
There's a few of us on the planet that know where the notes and whatnot are kept. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to leave it alone and see what ET comes up with first.
Okay, there's a question, Drake. Will our pets remain with us during this transformation, or maybe the transition?
We go from 3 to 4. You're going to notice a difference. There'll be changes, but nothing super drastic. I mean, your cat's liable to be able to telepathically tell you to quit scratching his tail backwards or whatever. But other than things of that nature, you don't know. Please change my cat food. That stuff sucks, or whatever. Anything that you can think of.
Cats are basically 4D already.
Yeah, they are.
Our pets are going to go there before we do. We'll be playing catch up.
Yes. Drake. Oh, that's the same one. I thought I changed it. Any ET updates? We kind of covered a little bit, but.
Oh, boy. The motherships with all the stuff on it that everybody's looking for so badly, so desperately, are on their way and very close to getting here. Now, the military discovered them about 4 weeks ago. The secret space program knew they were coming, and ET told them not to fool with them. I think the secret space program wants to survive. So, and about let's see, this is close to September. I understand right around the beginning of this coming month, we're to start seeing some of the results. The motherships will decloak, and there's altogether there's 7 of them. There's 5 of them that you'll see, 2 that you won't. The right at first you only see 3. The military is going to go apes over that. Now, I will advise the military not to be stupid and shoot at it. That's not a good. That is terrible diplomacy to do something like that. And ET might take exception to your existence, and believe me, they can. So leave it alone. See what they do. Most of the time, they come in peace anyway. I'll leave it at that. Okay.
Okay, here's another question. Will there be a technology to fix eyesight?
Yeah, that's called a med bed. You go to the med bed, and all of the nasties that you've got, like your butthole not working right or whatever, eyesight being funky, all that sort of thing.
Having to wear glasses.
Yeah.
There are frequency things that help some eye issues. We were talking about one before the show, and like the iTerracare terahertz frequency wand. Get with Gail. Get with Gail and get one of those. It's basically a med bed you can hold in your hand because it feeds the cells at the cellular level, and I mean it really doesn't get as much press as it really deserves because there's a
They're afraid they don't want to get taken down.
A terahertz frequency wand testimonial group, or a frequency wand testimonial group on Facebook. It's invitation only. I'm in the group, so if somebody reaches out to me to be put in there, I can put you in there.
Okay.
Gail, I can put Gail in that group, and or invite her into that group. If you've got issues like arthritis or like water retention, muscle spasms, joints that are giving you problems.
I can tell a personal experience that I had with that. And that was, I actually tripped and hit my knees extremely hard. And I thought I was going to have swollen knees or broken kneecap, swelling at the very least. And I used it on my knees for, a couple of times a day for, right away. And I never had a problem. It was pretty amazing, really. I have to say that. But I'd like to mention too, and I don't like to get into things too much about, but I call the super patch, which is on there, I call it a med bed and a patch. Pretty amazing things are going on with that. It's kind of interesting because new and different things are coming out, and we're going to have better and better luck from a medical standpoint, and med beds will be really helpful. And so will replicators.
I've got a number of quick testimonials I can give. Let's see. My cat's hair is like fluffy, and she's like sleeping more calmly, and her weight is kind of stabilizing. She kept getting bigger. I had a frozen shoulder. I couldn't raise my arm above this. Okay. I suffered with that for 6 months. I treated the shoulder 3 times for 5 minutes with, I treated it one day, then I skipped a day, treated it another day, skipped a day, another day, skipped a day. By the time I was done with the 3rd treatment, I haven't had problem 1 with my shoulder since then. I have scars on my legs from getting my leg caught in the chain sprocket of a bike when I was like 10 years old. That scar is fading. It used to be a bump. Now it's just discolored skin. It's skin that's lighter than the rest of it. I've got a scar on my arm that's fading. It's going away. I've got ingrown hairs on my head. I haven't grown hair on my head for 20 or 30 years. I've got ingrown hairs on my head since I've started using the iTerracare wand. Get with Gail. If you have medical issues, you can do something to help yourself now before the med beds come out. Get with Gail. Check it out.
Okay. I need
Alrighty.
to know.
My clairvoyant friends see both the white and fiery gold energy that strike us and the earth. What are those 2 different energies that comes? So it's white or it's gold. What do you?
White is an all color color. Okay, it is a color. All of the colors that we know of are combined into it, and it turns white. The fiery gold energy, and I notice it's stipulated fiery gold energy is a form of monatomic gold in energy. That's what it is. It's purely 100% beneficial. And don't worry about it. If you get a good dose of that and you go outside and think that the sun is going to be hot, guess what? It ain't going to be hot. Not anymore. The monatomic gold supersedes the capabilities of our perception to understand what it is, what the difference is between life, which we consider relatively sacred, and um, things which are like holy water. The fiery gold, is a holy water type of thing. It's in an energy form. Everybody, therefore, should be able to receive it and put it to some use. I put it to some use myself. Okay.
Okay. Joe Blow, just to let you know, we talked about the blue beam already, and the color blue doesn't work with those different laser beams because of the color is actually in the beam itself. And there are some videos out there that'll show it'll burn. They took a cloth and they did this thing, and it'll burn every color but not blue. So,
Okay.
moving right along, we covered that already. Those ships, are they 4D or 5D?
About 50D. You asked.
50D.
Yeah, they're extraordinarily advanced. A lot of the superstition that people have come across are that that ships are like our airships, solid metallic. Well, that's not the case here. You have a living organism that is the ship. The ship, therefore, as a living organism, can adapt quite rapidly to conditions that other people only just, wow, look at that. They notice it, but they don't know what to do with it. These ships can adapt. And what's funny, when you're inside the ship, you get adapted to a point where it doesn't bother you, whatever it is. So, go from there.
Okay. Wide Awake had said that some of the motherships are loaded with replicators. Would you verify that as being true, Drake?
Yeah, just one of the ships. That's the medium-sized one is loaded with replicators. The other ones are loaded with med beds and a bunch of other stuff that we're going to need. Okay.
Are some of the med beds being made here on the planet, or is everything being done off planet?
We're going to be that's interesting. You're going to have a combination of off-world, which is the ET ships, beaming stuff down. We're going to be getting it and distributing it, this is interesting. They will be told where the distribution takes place. The worst of the worst, the poorest of the people that need it the most, get it first. It goes from there.
Okay. Someone made a comment at Positive Sharing. Is Houston? Oh, there's a question too. Is Houston expecting massive flooding? Recently traveled through and saw tons of huge pipes in throughout neighborhoods waiting to be buried and installed.
Yeah, they're going to put a system in similar to the one in New Orleans, where they use the huge pumps to keep the ocean from taking over the city. Well, it's the same deal here. Now, man is going to realize the futility of what he's playing with in the near future. It'll be explained to him and what can be done about it instead of this stuff here. Okay?
Okay. I'm not sure here what's the name of it. I'm not sure what's the name of what. I'm not sure. Do you?
Um,
Anyway,
well, it depends on what you're talking about as to what's the name of it. The name of what?
exactly. I don't. So, Nancy, we need you to clarify your question. Okay. Oh, that's Pudwacker. Love to you all. Love to you too, Pudwacker. My psychotic has about crippled me. Okay. All those things will be taken care of. That's what's wonderful if they ever get here. Drake, when will we not have bills?
That'll be in 24. And the reason I say that is that's when we're supposed to have gotten to the point where we transition completely. And that's a big difference between transitioning out of one dimension into another. Okay.
Okay, is colloidal gold the same? Monatomic gold the same thing? No.
No. Monatomic gold is a specific, special type of gold structurally on an atomic level. Okay.
Good way of explaining it, Drake. How, how can we contact our ET family members?
You go, hey, man, I'm right here, man. You can contact your ET family members. An out of body experience is one of the best ways to go about that. Okay.
Okay. I've seen liquid gold. Its consistency is a lot like the lava in lab. How will this be used for our benefit? Liquid gold.
It won't directly. It'll be has to be processed 2 more steps before it becomes monoatomic. When it becomes monoatomic, then you can use it for your benefit. Okay.
Somebody's saying, we have heard that we have the prime creator source gene. Is this why ETs are so interested in us?
Is not a prime creator source gene. It is the fact that we have the capability of doing things that ET would love to be able to do and can't because they're not human.
But what makes humans unique? The God gene.
We can do things that ET can't. Quite simply, there's not very many ETs who can effectively create something or effectively cause certain things to happen the way they're supposed to. Humans can.
Okay, well, everybody talks about the God gene, and that's why a lot of ETs would like to abduct us. Okay, next one. Oops. Are the silly fools still in charge of bricks, or has this been intelligently created?
Well, you still got the same idiots in charge. Until we get rid of them, things are not going to change as much as they should.
Exactly. Where do you go? Who do you trust when it comes to looking for med bed operator education? That'll come with it when they bring it.
Well, that's ET, and that's the science officer that I deal with, Lucor, who tells me where to find what I need to know and what to do with it. Okay.
And you will be sharing that with others, correct?
Oh, absolutely. How it works is this: we'll get a download, which would be similar to Scotty beaming something down on the surface for us to use. Okay, in this case, med beds. All right. I would be given an instructional manual in 2 forms. Now, if you remember the movie The Matrix, they downloaded stuff directly into the person's head. I'll get that, plus I get the manual, just in case I got a question on it that doesn't get answered the right way. So I then would teach certain people how to do this, and bingo, away you go, off and running.
All right. Podwhacker says humans are said to be capable of far more than we are taught. People have been kept in small in mind for a long, long time. Oh my goodness gracious. Are you okay there, Drake?
Cigarette butt.
Okay. Cast 34B says, I believe the prime creator lives in all of us. What say you?
Yep. Shortest answer I've been able to give all night.
If I may.
Okay, Julia wants you to put your link up, Paul, so put it in the chat.
Which link? The
Probably your Ranch
Ter-
Road show or whatever you called it. I don't remember.
oh, okay. Clarify what link, because I don't want to steal Gail's thunder. So,
What thunder?
oh, you got thunder all kind of. You got thunder all over the place, girl. Work it. Please clarify what link.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. What's this one here?
Mm.
Cat started deteriorating about 5 weeks ago. I prayed over him and did energy work. He bounced back almost instantly. He's quickly going down again, and my praying isn't doing much. What can I do now? Well, that iTerra wand is one thing.
Absolutely.
I have there's a Vitality Science link in the description, and these people have a holistic approach to everything, and they're really good, and they will give you suggestions as to what you can do. I've gotten nothing but good reports back from people who have used it.
Hold on, I got a little word of advice to everybody. We do not have the power. Source has the power to restore life. We don't have that power. If this is what is waning or going away, then there's not much you can do about it. Okay?
Okay. What's this?
There's a ton of animal testimonials with the terahertz wand, tumors shrinking, arthritic joint like hip dysplasia reversing,
Paul,
heart
you got a
issues
picture?
reversing.
Do you, by any chance, can you share a picture of it? Do you have a picture of
I
the
cannot.
iTerra? Just, I don't know. Okay.
I can show the actual wand. I have one right next to my desk.
Actually, I have one too. What am I talking
There
about?
you go.
Yeah, there you
There's
go.
the iTerra. There's the iTerra wand right there.
And I have one just like it. Yep. And you got to be careful because
Is that version 2 or version 1?
Is yours
Where-
one?
where-
Yours is one that looks the same. But
Where's
no.
where's the switch on the back end or in the middle? There, the switch on the
I
back
think
end
yours.
here.
No, yours is newer then. Mine
Yeah,
is,
mine's version 2.
Oh, okay.
I
You
have
got the
both.
first
I have
version.
both version 1 and version 2. I prefer the version 2.
Mhm.
But
Why?
see, when you turn it on,
Ooh, that looks kind of cool.
so there it is.
Anyway.
I leave it set on my desk. It's pointed at me all the time, and whenever I feel a little, lethargic or whatever in the morning, I want to wake up, I just turn it on and let it blow at me, and it works. So
Alrighty. So that's what we're talking about, Cass. What's this next one is? Juliana. I would soak cat paws in Epsom salt water to recharge his electrolytes. That's interesting.
Oh, you can also use the wand to charge water. If you use the wand
that's
for
right.
about
I always
1
forget
minute,
about that.
the charged water is just amazing. You take like between a quart and a gallon of water, and you put the wand on low, and you shine it on the jar for 1 minute, and it'll charge the water. You can also charge an entire bathtub of water in 2 or 3 minutes. If you are into winemaking, you can make yeast go absolutely bananas by wanding the water in by wanding the wine mash.
Are you making wine, Paul?
Oh, you bet your bottom dollar I am. I've got
I thought last time I talked to you, you were making beer.
no. I've been making wine, but I made a coffee wine, and the yeast were just they were kind of lethargic, So just for grins, I took a version 1 wand and I shot it at the gallon jar, and the yeast literally started boiling in the bottom of the jar. They were pushing so much stuff off the bottom of the jar. I have a video on my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/PG Beaner. All my stuff is public. Nothing is private or limited to friends only. Just go to facebook.com/PG Beaner and just go down the list and look at
Look at this one.
the wine. Just go down and look at the one that looks like there's a gallon jar of like coffee in it. Check it out. It's crazy.
Paul found the secret to blessed wine rule.
I sure did. Oh yeah, I've got coffee wine. I've got sweet tea. I've got a twisted tea. I've got a can of mint that's actually a cannabis with mint wine. Oh, that is so good. Black cherry, tart cherry.
Moving right along. I want to ask
where people can get the wand.
You can get it from Gail.
Yes, if you go to my description, there is a phone number in the description, and that is a friend of mine, Stargirl. She will take your call and tell you whatever you need to know and get you a wand.
Okay.
She does that for me. She helps me because I got more than I can keep track of, to tell you the truth. So there's a phone number there too. It's a 602 phone number, and you just tell her that why you're calling and what it's about, because she also helps me with the More Mito, which is a awesome product that I use. It's in the affiliate link, so I don't want to overly go too long on that. And we're right at an hour and a half, so it is actually the time for us to call it a wrap.
Okay.
Do you have any last words, Drake?
Yeah. Everybody be good to everybody else. Learn how to raise your own vibratory frequency. KeelyNet tells you about vibratory physics. I think that we ought to try to make that as infectious between us as possible.
That's awesome. And speaking of vibratory physics, that vibration is what those patches are based on, and so is the wand. Essentially, it's all hertz and frequency. So bear that in mind, and please do look at that. I don't like to spend too much time talking about it, but it supports the program, and I appreciate it very much. And what about you, Paul? You got any last words? Did you share your link that they were asking?
I'm still trying to figure out what link they're talking about. You can go to exposethematrix.com. Exposethematrix.com. That's what I do 6 days a week, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
I'm sorry, say the time again.
11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Saturday.
I have to convert that to my time. So.
Exposethematrix.com.
Alrighty.
I think yours is 11 to 1, maybe. You're 2 hours behind me, right? Or are you 3?
3 now.
3. Okay, so you're 8 to 10, maybe.
Something like that.
That's
all right. Early. Well, I guess that's a wrap then. Thank you, Paul, for stopping by, and thank you, Drake, as usual.
Thank you for having me.
Stay alert this week. Things might be happening.
Hey, you can never go wrong with a little beans and rice in your cupboard. At least if you know you have food, that takes the stress off of you. So just do what you can in your own local environment with your own family, your own home. And that's all you can do.
You want the secret to success? God and you makes a majority in every situation.
Absolutely. So
Absolutely. Never forget your power from the divine within. Thanks, Paul. We'll see you again soon, everybody.
take care.
Bye.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers, stronger than ever. Never say never. Don't look back now, don't look back now. Rise up, stand with each other. We are sisters and brothers, finding our place and running the race. We'll take our chance and seize the moment. Hold on tight and don't let go of all your hopes and dreams that light the way. We control our fate. Destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show